Hello to our next episode of the Venture Cafe, and we have here now Joseph and Jelani. Did I pronounce it correct?
Yes.
All right. So you have a actually very interesting story that I'm already quite a bit of aware of, but our listeners are not yet. So maybe talk about first about before you go into your story. Very quick, explain what your business model is, and explain your brand that you have there. If you can just talk a little bit about it, and then you can maybe talk about how you got there.
Okay. Well, the brand name is called Threes. It's spelled THR33Z. It stands for Boston.
Mm-hmm.
We strive for perfection. The logos are actual hand symbols, so it's an OK sign, and that stands for Boston, or AKA Beantown.
Okay. And you put this on T-shirts.
Yeah, we put this on T-shirts, hats,
and wristbands.
jackets.
I see.
We have wristbands. We're working on some belts. What else?
The brand was the brand that we're creating has already been out before probably we was born. The city.
You mean the hand symbol?
Yeah,
there,
the hand symbol.
Yeah.
Threes has been identified in Boston by thousands of people, if not millions, that just travel here. The outskirts of Boston, like Quincy, Salem, different areas in Massachusetts.
Remember, you said it started like in the 70s. You said, you think?
Yeah,
right.
Okay.
Since
the 70s.
And up to now, we have people like Paul Pierce, Mayor Menino.
Yeah.
They identify with it. We got pictures with them, so it's already been around. And it was really like a Boston peace sign, like hey, what's going on? Threes up, Boston.
But let's go a little bit more about how you guys were inspired to start this one. I mean, you started the clothing line, but what drove you there? What was your motivation to start this clothing brand?
I mean, honestly, I mean, we pretty much, we have like a past. Like, I was running around in the streets, and I've been incarcerated before. So we actually met inside jail, and we're pretty much cellmates. So in the cell, I would draw pictures because I'm an artist. I've been drawing since I was like 5 years old.
Oh, awesome.
So I'll have pictures, and I always wanted to put something on a T-shirt. And then I seen other clothing lines like Fubu, Polo, and I was like, it would be cool if I was to have something on T-shirts and hats. So us being in the cell together, we would just brainstorm different ideas and stuff. So from there, I thought about I would love to brand my city because I'm born and raised in Boston. I come from Mattapan, and I was like, I would love to brand my city. And I realized the city was pretty much already branded. Everybody would say Threes, so it's like almost like a Boston culture. So I was like, that would be cool if we was to put that on a T-shirt compared to somebody just holding the OK sign in a picture.
Right.
It'd be cool if they can wear it on a T-shirt.
Now, what was you as an artist? Let's talk about you, Joseph, as an artist. What was then the pain that drove you there? What was the?
I mean,
maybe it wasn't pain, but was the motivation?
It was definitely pain.
Yeah.
When we were cellmates, we was at it was like almost the end of the road, and even everybody else in the city fighting. There's murders going on. Important piece was after I met him, and he told me about it. Just to make a long story short, when we got out of jail, my brother was murdered. In a month later, my brother was shot in store 24, over $300. And these are by the same people that are all saying Threes. Everyone in Boston says Threes, but they're still from these little areas, and everybody's doing their own thing. But that was it. It was like, what else can we do? What if we created this clothing? It was really like a fantasy thing. Like, what if we had a clothing line that said Threes, and we brought the whole city together, and everyone was cool. This would be, and I told him, I said, when we get out, if you're serious, come find me, and I'll work with you. And I didn't think he was serious. I just felt like,
I mean, when you're in jail, everybody talks.
Right.
Everybody talks. Everybody has plans when they get out, what they're gonna do. And the pain that I felt in jail, that we both felt, was like we're at the end. Like, we're tired of just being in the street. We're tired of coming to jail. And it was like, let's do something positive for the city.
Mm. So the threes is that it inspired you, gave you hope. That's correct.
Because we're like, we took it like this. Okay, well, everybody in the city throws their threes up because it stands for Boston. I'm talking about white, black, Asian, Spanish, everybody throughout the whole Massachusetts and even in New England, period. So I'm like, well, if we was to come up with a brand called Threes, we'll pretty much bring everybody together. From rich people, poor people,
together
everybody together. Word, from gang members, everybody will come together because it stands for our region. So, the sketches started drawing. He does graphic design. We came out. We both was we came out of jail. How do we meet? Like, we ran into each other again.
We ran into each other, fairly shortly, and we kept building from there. He made a couple T-shirts. He handled the actual company work as far as incorporating it, making the trademark, paperwork, doing stuff like that. I started seeing he was serious. I introduced him to my brother. My brother was in college, just a real good person, man, real good dude, and we was going to all come together. About a week and a half, 2 weeks later, my brother died. He got murdered. And that gave me even more. I was just like, we got to do this. I said, this is it.
It's pretty much now or never.
Right.
That's what
so really the threes is to reduce the violence that you experienced here, to help.
I would love for it to do that. I think that's the overall big piece of it, is that it will do that back home here. It's a great brand. A lot of people love the logo and everything. We love that, but that's the real reason that we kind of went into it. Was like, just like everyone wears a Red Sox hat or Celtics hat, but you're fighting with each other. So when the Red Sox game's on, everyone's cheering. But then when the game's over, you're back to, I hate you, I don't like you, I don't like you, and it's like we're all rooting for the same team, though. It didn't make sense. It's just like, let's put this brand together.
It's New England.
And see what happens.
And
awesome.
Since we've been doing this, it's actually worked. So we went to different neighborhoods. Like, he's from Roxbury, I'm from Mattapan. Two different sorts of life. Like, he's from the other side of the city. Like, there's people that he knows that I don't even know, and vice versa. So just walking down the street and they see the hat and they're like, oh, that's that Threes, that's the clothing line Threes, it's hot. So we're walking in different neighborhoods, passing out flyers. Like, we're going all the way to South Boston, Charlestown, Quincy. I mean, even in the suburbs, and it's just like, oh yeah, everybody.
So you already have initial successes of actually unifying people,
unifying people in the same room, the same. If let's say a music event, let's say an artist.
What is your greatest challenge right now with your Threes project brand? Is it a real company that you want to make it out of, or
it is a real company?
It is a real company. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Real company.
So what is your greatest challenge right now?
Say capital. We need funding.
Funding?
Yeah.
So, and...
the demand. I mean, we have pretty much the whole New England wanting to...
So you have trouble filling actually orders?
We have a lot
of We're in stores. We're in the Cape Cod Mall. We got stores now, but we can't keep up with those kind of orders that they're asking for.
So, okay, so if somebody wants to continue the conversation with you guys, how can they get a hold of Threes? Do you have a website?
We do have a website. You can go to www.threes.com. That's THR33Z. You can also call me at 401-390-5862.
My cell phone number is 617-680-6649. We could definitely be reached at online on our website, or you can email us at Threes Clothing. That's THR33Z Clothing CL. Well, you know the rest. at threes.com.
That's
at threes.com. That's THR33Z.com. And
awesome.
We'll have a conversation pretty much with anybody.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there's a lot of energy we put into this brand, and the whole city's backing. Not even just the city. We have Massachusetts, from Providence all the way to Vermont, they're buying the wristbands in Vermont right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on the Venture Cafe podcast.
Thank you.
And
Thank you for having us.
I wish you really that I know it will not bring your brother back to life, but I hope it will help you mourn your loss, and that something meaningful comes out of this one, something good.
Right.
And I thank you. You're doing an awesome job at it. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.